Hello, welcome back to Farming Sim with me, Mrcosmicnite. Okay, well, I'm just doing something slightly different this episode. It's probably going to be a bit more of a tutorial. So I'm still trying to get the 200,000 spider bigger field. So what I've been working on is trying to get every dollar out of these fields. So what I've been messing about, I haven't actually got it working yet, I'm hoping I'm going to do it on video, is first thing I done was set this combine on Courseplay. Yeah, so this video is going to be pretty much on Courseplay, so if you're not interested in Courseplay, you might want to skip to my next video. But for those who are, stay tuned. Yeah, so the combine I've set up, hold on, let's just stop this and I'll show you. So I've got him set on field work, which is this one here. Okay, and the course generation is the working width of 3.3 meters. The reason for that is that the header is 3.5, and as you can see, the 3.3 just gives a nice little gap there. It's just so the way the mechanic works, sometimes it's not always a clean cut. As you can see here, it goes in a little bit. So I find 3.3, you get almost a full header, and you don't miss any. So that's how that works best. So basically, what you do, you just load up your markers for the field, working width 3.3, obviously your starting corner and starting direction, and then return to first point and headland. I've got them deactivated for now. And then generate, and then pretty much the first point was there, and that will just carry on all the way across. So if we go back to driving, and it's quite intelligent. When I first started playing with Courseplay on Farming Sim 2011, it didn't actually turn at the end. It just done like a sweep, didn't lift a header or anything. But now it just works like the in-game hired help. So the reason I'm doing this is because by setting the working width to 3.3, if I turn on right, these are my waypoints, so basically now my straw should be at a perfect 3.3 meters apart. So what I can do with that is, with the butcher, is I can either set up the course exactly the same but at 3.3 starting corner, and that then, because I'm using the same markers, I haven't got one loaded, have I? No. So I could load field 16 markers, 3.3, starting corner northeast, direction west. Because this I want to go and unload over there, it's quite beneficial to have return to first point. So what that means is, once the hopper's full, rather than driving to the end point over there and then driving all the way back again, it should come straight back to here and then pick up the next route, which I'm going to do on camera, which then takes it over there. So I'm just trying to I see, where's my other tractor? I'm just going to move that quickly. God, best laid plans and everything. Yeah, so you probably, if you're using Courseplay, you already got the markers set up for your fertiliser and whatnot. So just want to get this out of the way. Just put it over here for now. I will set him up shortly. I just want to try and get this working. Yeah, so like I say, so you want return to first point activated. So once he's full, he comes back here. So that's fine. So we can get him full of straw, because he'll just go up and down. Again, you want him on field work. Basically, the difference between fertilised and seeding and field work: fertilised and seeding, the tank empties as you use it. Field work, it fills up. So it could be this, the baler, picker upper, and things like that. And anything like cultivating all works with field work. So the difference is, when it goes to either field work, it would go to empty, and fertilising and seeding, it goes to the point you set to fill up. So that's the important difference between them. Right, so what I want to do with this guy is set up the course so he drops his straw off. So basically just going to reset course, start recording. So all we're going to do, we're just going to drive over there, and try and get this to reverse in. Now I have been messing about with it a little bit. I haven't got it to work 100%, but I think I've cracked it now. So we want to just get it roughly lined up. So stop, change direction to reverse. You shouldn't have to put a waypoint in. And when you get back here, wait till you get your trigger for your tip over here. Then change direction back to forwards. And then we drive back to roughly where we started. It doesn't have to be that exact. On old versions of Courseplay, I seem to remember you having to put a waypoint in direction changes. That doesn't seem to be the case now. I might be proven wrong in a minute once we get this working. But fingers crossed we'll be alright. Okay, so we're just going to bring this over here. I like to have it near the start of the field, just so it keeps it clean. So we're just going to save that there and save it. I'm just going to call this test 1 because I think I've already got one called test. Yeah. So what we want to do is just reset that course. We want to load the field in first. So you can do that two ways. The way I said before, do it manually, or if you look on the tractor here, you can copy the course. So we can actually copy it from that's the corn cart course or the combine course. So we can click on that and that loads that in. So that's already put all the waypoints and everything in. So next thing we need to do is combine that with test 1, which was the course we just put in. And well, normally you'd come up to this start marker, but because I've got this set on start at nearest waypoint, and I've already done a couple of runs a minute ago just while I was testing, if we pull up here and hit drive course, oh, it's picked up the wrong line there. Just come back over a bit more. Try this one. No. Right, that might be because it's on a turn. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're just going to go up this one. I know it's not going to pick anything up, but next time down it should do. So let's turn these back off. So one thing you can do as well, you can actually set the speed limit. I find it a little bit cheaty, so I don't tend to use it, but you can set the speed limit to maximum speed, field speed. Even on the combine you can set that to flat out, but I tend to set them to a more realistic speed of 6 to 7 miles an hour, which is probably still a little bit quick, but there we go. So he should turn now. I just want to check what the settings are on here. He seems to be starting at 50%. Yeah, it should be about right. Oops. Yeah, so this guy's turning at the end of the field as well, so he should then start picking up from this row. It's going to take quite a long while to fill up, so I won't bore you while he's doing it. And as you can see, he's not really going to miss anything. The combine's just missed that tiny little bit in the corner. Oh yeah, that's something else I want to mention as well. When you do the field markers, when you drive around the edge, I mean, you've seen me do it before in previous videos, I can do a separate video if you'd like me to explain it a bit more. Basically, don't drive with one wheel on the field and one wheel on the grass. The combine will tend to pick the header up a bit too soon and you miss a bit, so give yourself plenty of room. You know, come like half a tractor's width over, and that should sort that problem out. So let's tidy this up a little bit. So this combine, obviously I want both combines working. We don't need him to start from the beginning, so we can bring him anywhere up here, about middle. Same again, copy course from the other combine, hit the copy button and just hit drive course, and he'll just be on his way. And the same for this one as well, we can actually do it, but just copy it from the other corn cart. But here obviously we want to set the combine manually. Make sure we've got the right one set. Okay, so we can just drive that and he's just going to wait for that to fill up. One thing to note though, because this combine is set to finish over there, he will carry on even though this is cut. You know, he will keep going up and down, so that's just something to keep an eye on. Right. Oh yeah, the reason I'm not using the baler is because when these are in use they're offset a little bit. Not by much, but the problem you've got don't know what's wrong with these playing up this evening for some reason. I think I've just been messing about the settings. There's probably something not quite right I haven't noticed. Once I watch the video back I'll probably see it. That's normally the way. But I have lost a couple of fields. Canola I think last time I had working like this just as a tester, and it seemed to be working fine, so I'm not 100% sure why it's not working now. I seem to be getting the calls a little bit late. But one good thing about having the Courseplay set up, as soon as the combine starts offloading, he starts on his way again. So that's really nice. So how's this getting on? 50%. Okay, well I'm just going to pause the video here. Once he gets 99%, I'll come back, and fingers crossed he should drive back over to the straw barn and empty his load. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, I just while I think of it, yeah, the reason I'm not using the baler is because the straw swaths are too close together. So basically, as you'd have the tractor driving down here doing the baling, the next run down he'd do another line. So these would all have bales in. When you send the picker upper down, this line, the tractor would be here, so he'd be clear, but this line, he'd be over here, so he'd be driving and knocking into all these bales. So that's the reason with these combines it's not really practical to use the baler. I just thought I'd try and clear that up a little bit. I hope you understand what I mean. So this thing, it's not in the way at all, but I would advise just letting the combine do 2 or 3. What the hell's he doing now? I think that's because I stopped it a minute ago. God blimey. Okay, I'll be back when this is full anyway, so that's the point of this. Okay, I'll be back. So he's just filled up, and because we haven't got this set on, well, it was set on it, but I copied the course from the combine, which it wasn't set up on. That's why it won't work. But if you do it manually, it should return to the first point instead of the end point. Yeah, so just ignore that. That was just me talking about it earlier. So yeah, he filled up. He about halfway down this row. I think it's about there somewhere. Not that there it was. Oh, that combine, I was just sent him back up that row. So now he's finished with the field. He's picked up this second course that we put in, so it's just 2 combined courses. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. He will go. Oh, would you believe it? So I really should keep these guys driving on the right side of the road. So he should then go down this row again. Anyway, I digress. And I'm hoping not putting the waypoints in. And this is going to work. Actually, we can turn these on. So he's coming round here. He's going to stop at this one, and then reverse back. Fingers crossed. Into here. Should pick up. Yep, here we go. Oh, didn't think that was going to work for a minute then. So he's picked up the trigger point. He's emptying his load. It's just making a nice mess on the floor, so didn't really make that much money, but you know, it all helps. And I was only going to cultivate it into the ground anyway, so I might as well pick it up if I've got the equipment. And now he's going back, and he should carry on from where he left off. So he'll go back to this point, and then he'll come up here and swing round. Where's he? Here he goes. Here he comes. He might pick up a bit of this row, but he should come onto this row here. Yeah. There we go. He's just making sure he gets it. Oops. I need to fine tune these just because they seem to be filling up a little bit quick, and they keep having to stop and wait for the corn cart. But that's really easy. This is the bit that's a bit of a pain to sort out. But so as you can see now, all we need to do is cultivate, and we're not wasting all this straw. So although it only brings in a few $100, it all helps, and it doesn't really use that much fuel. You know, so it just gets us a little bit closer to our final goal. So I hope that's been helpful. I hope it's not been too boring. I know it's a little bit different to what I've been doing, but I don't want to keep doing the same thing. And if I can every now and again do a bit more of a technical video on Courseplay, a bit of a tutorial. And if anyone wants me to go, you know, more in depth on how to do things like the combines and whatnot, I haven't really explained that too much. But it is, you know, reasonably straightforward, but I do appreciate that it can be a bit tricky if you're completely new to it. Yeah, I don't know why they keep I'm going to set the start a bit lower, say 40. Put that down to 40 as well. Anyway, I'm going to keep tweaking that till I get it right, and maybe I'll show you next episode. And next episode we should have our new field. Well, great. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.